At the very top of the episode, Brianna tells the girls during their like video chat that she went on a date with Devon recently, that they've been flirting and all sorts of things like that. And then she invites him to come to Florida for a little trip. And I'm like, the budget is so damn skimpy on this show because it's always Brianna inviting people to come to Florida. And I'm like, y'all can't spring for a little trip somewhere a little bit more exciting than this? Like, how many times do these girls have to go to Florida? You know, then later on, we get Ryan Edwards telling Macy that he and Mackenzie are going to be divorcing. And this scene really, really, truly pissed me off. He claimed that they're divorcing because she's a pain in the ass. And I'm like, really? You're not divorcing because you're an addict who can't stay sober, a cheater? You've got a crazy temper. You can't hold down a job. Like, really? You guys are divorcing because she's the problem? Okay. And then not only that, by the way, he looks awful and his hands are filthy as usual. Like, you can't even wash your hands. Like, of course you're getting divorced, man. So Macy then takes it one step further and blames the divorce on Mackenzie not wanting Ryan to mend his relationship with Bentley. I'm like, Macy, are you freaking serious? At this point, the stories were already out there about Ryan treating Mackenzie horribly, stalking her, harassing her online, accusing her of cheating and whatnot, and then not even to mention all of the stuff about the harassment, etc., right? And I believe around this time, it came out that he had absolutely destroyed the home. I won't say that this footage came out exactly at that time, but we knew it was coming because of his erratic behavior, and we thought that things would end even worse, right? So all of that was out there, and Macy, who dealt with Ryan, who knew that he was violent and unstable, she had her own restraining order against this man. She decided to victim blame Mackenzie and claim that the divorce was her fault. I was like, are you freaking kidding me, Macy? Like, that is so beyond stupid and ridiculous. Like, yikes. Okay. Now, there was a point there where she starts talking about how, like, Bentley's paying for everything, so they have to, like, you know, could go along with it. And I was like, are you talking literally or figuratively? Because at the end of the day, yeah, you guys are sharing all this trashy info on TV because Bentley is paying for your lives, basically, right? So now let's get into Cheyenne uninviting Ashley from her wedding. So this was a lot, you guys. I have to, like, give you, like, full disclosure here. I don't even really remember, like, the beef between her and Ashley. As far as I was aware, Ashley was uninvited from the party because she, like, spat on Brianna, from what I remember, right? But Cheyenne starts talking about how, like, people, and then they show all these tweets of people being like, wow, how dare you not invite the only other black girl, just making it into this hardcore race thing for whatever reason, you know? And so I found that to be really weird because I'm like, I don't understand what this has to do with race. Like, she saw a girl do something that was nasty and she doesn't want people around her spitting on people, so she decided to uninvite her from her wedding. What does Ashley being black have to do with that? And why does she have another black girl on the show? Like, I don't know. I don't understand people like that, to be honest with you. I found that really, like, annoying and simple line of thinking. And so we get the tweet of Ashley saying that Cheyenne kind of, like, was playing up the shooting and whatnot in order to hide the fact that she got her body done. And so I'm like, okay, well, look at the way that Ashley is writing about her on Twitter. Like, why would Cheyenne want someone like this invited to her wedding? You know what I mean? Like, what? But I will say, though, those tweets were giving Azealia Banks. You know, like, they were kind of eating a little bit, okay? I have to say, problematic, but funny. So, and by the way, what are the details on that accident? So they talk about the car accident. And I'm like, the only car accident that I know of Cheyenne being involved in was when her car with her, Shady Zach, and their children getting shot up, right? So I'm like, is this the accident they're talking about, or was there something else? Like, if you guys know of another incident, please do let me know, because I don't remember Cheyenne using that to hide the fact that she got her body done. I don't remember anything like that. You know, it didn't seem that way to me, but I could be missing something here, right? But I digress. All right, so everybody gets to Florida at this point, and they immediately all start talking way over each other. It was so annoying. Like, everybody would say something that someone else would just jump in, and the other person's still saying their thing, but the new person is talking, and they're both just talking louder and louder, and I hate this so much. People do this so often. I hate it. I really, truly despise it. Someone needs to stop talking, okay? Like, it's too much. It overwhelms me. So now they talk about the Ashley drama, of course, right? And then, Zach says that Bar is a little bit too into women's business. Bar is giving Peter or Patricia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, apparently. And Jade co-signs that and says that Bar had said some things about her online too, which is like so lame. Bar, go roll with the fellas, as Nene would say, right? Like, stay out of women's business. I can't stand guys like that. So then, speaking of Ashley, we get a scene of her and her friends throwing axes, which, you know, given her temper, I'm not sure it was a great idea. So they talk about the show drama and stuff like that. Ashley claims that, like, it's everybody else that's a problem. She can get along with everybody except these girls, so they're the problem. And I'm like, girl, you can't even get along with your landlord. You're not paying rent. Meanwhile, you're acting like you own the damn place and it's not your fault. Weren't you screaming in these elderly people's faces, opening their car door to scream at them some more as they ran away from you? Is that what you call getting along with other people? Okay. Okay, right? And then she claims she's the only black girl on the show, and Cheyenne is black when convenient. And how is that? Because she doesn't like your ratchetry? She's black when convenient, all of a sudden, like, get over yourself. Like, that was so gross and ridiculous. Like, stupid. Straight up stupid. I have no other words for it. So, now, I did find it really gross when, remember, this is the same woman who spat on Brianna, right? When they were doing Teen Mom Family Reunion, and she ultimately got kicked off the show for doing that. And then, this is a big reason why Cheyenne then invited her from the wedding and everything like that. I said, so she tells her friends that she would spit on all them hoes and their mamas and their dead-ass grannies. And I'm like, see, this is where no one likes you. Like, you take things too far. You're disgusting. You're uncouth. You're ratchet. You know, this is just ridiculous. I would not want this around me either. You know, maybe I'm fake black or black when convenient too, because I don't want this type of, like, ghetto ass, you know, BS around me. Like, it's raggedy, it's stupid, and it's lame. And I know I'm going to get some people, Grace, why would you call her ghetto? She's black. Don't call her ghetto. Listen, most of these people are ghetto. I call Kale, the neighborhood breeder, ghetto. Brianna and her family are ghetto. So Ashley can get that ghetto label too. You know, a lot of these people are damn ghetto AF. And I don't like it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, I can see why Cheyenne does not want this violent, unstable girl at her wedding. So now Zach starts explaining, like, his kind of take on the situation and whatnot. And he's like, listen, Cheyenne didn't even get her body done until about a year and a half after the accident. So what Ashley's claiming isn't even true. Listen, I don't know. I don't know when Cheyenne got her body done. Okay. And I don't remember. Like, was this even a car accident or was this a shooting? Like, why are we, if we're talking about the shooting, why are we calling it a car accident? Because it wasn't. It was a targeted, planned event, right? But I digress. So, and, you know, speaking of, we need more details on that, Zach. Zach, we know you're a shady character, right? Who was involved in a lot of illegal activity over the years. So I want to know more about why one of these people who may be from your shady past wanted to shoot you and didn't care that your children were in the car, right? Like, it's been a while. I'm sure that this case has moved forward a little bit so we can get a little bit more info about it, and yet nothing. It's very interesting to me. So anyway, back to ignorant Macy talking about this divorce situation. Let me pull her photo up. So here she is. She says that Bentley doesn't really care about the divorce because he never really cared for Mackenzie, which I felt like was a very messy thing to say. She did it explicitly to hurt Mackenzie, which I think, you know, on one hand, I'm like, this is not the time, Macy. You know that Ryan has been horrible to this woman and to these children. So, like, you trying to hurt her is giving pick me to me. But on the other hand, I'm like, listen, ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun, right? When Mackenzie was the pick me, she went right in on Macy when Macy had the restraining orders against Ryan and was talking about him being unstable and violent. So, listen, I guess it's Mackenzie's turn, is what Macy feels like. This was her getting vengeance. But at the end of the day, it's like, who wants to align themselves to this man, right? Like, this man is a walking, talking L. So, like, both girls are just playing themselves right in for him like that. Now, I do want to go back to the comment she's made about Bentley not really caring for Mackenzie. Listen, that does not surprise me one bit because we have seen Mackenzie and Ryan bully Bentley. Do you guys remember there was this one season where they were golfing? Bentley felt as though Ryan was cheating on his score. Ryan refused to, like, you know, go back and recount. And then they basically called him a crybaby and stuff and just made fun of him to his face and whatnot. So, yeah, I could see why he doesn't really like her. So, too bad, so sad. Now, let's go back to Brianna and Devon, this forced storyline. She claims that Devon asked her to sleep together again last night and that she declined it and that it's been 6 months since she got laid. None of these things, you know, are anything anybody really cares to know or needed to know or anything like that. But listen, Brianna felt like talking, so there you go. Now, the girls get back home. They all change into pajamas and the boys too, and they decide to play Truth or Dare like a bunch of high school kids. And Brianna is asked, like, you know, she'd get back with any of her exes by Cheyenne, and she said yes, and obviously she's talking about Devon. Then Cheyenne dares Jay to suck Sean's disgusting big toe as she does it. And then I don't know who orders this, but someone orders Brianna and Devon to kiss. At this point, I stopped paying attention. I was tired. I was like, oh my God, is this show still going? Like, it's not that interesting. So they kiss. And then we get back to Cheyenne ordering Brianna to give Devon a lap dance. And I'm like, how many times is Cheyenne going to do the truth or dare like stuff? Like, when is someone going to ask her to do something? You know what I mean? Like, it felt like it was just her doing all the questions or whatnot. So that was weird. Now, we get into Zach reaching out to Bar to try to squash the beef between them. He's like, listen, Bar, let's handle this as men, which I like. I'm like, yeah, good for you. Go to him and leave Ashley to Cheyenne. Perfect. Now, then we get to see the shocking headlines, right? So all this stuff about how Ryan allegedly held a knife to Mackenzie's neck. He got on top of her in the bed and broke the bed. He has been stalking her. He has been violating restraining orders, all sorts of things, right? Then we saw the house being turned upside down. And he denies it all. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. And so, again, we knew that the restraining order was in place at this point. And then he acts shocked that he was charged with harassment for quite literally harassing her. We saw him harass her on social media. It was horrible, right? And then not only that, but the producer Kiki gives this known abuser a platform to accuse Mackenzie of cheating on him. So he goes on about this. He tells this stupid story that we don't even know if it's true or false. This man's brain, if he even had one to begin with, is so fried up. He doesn't live in reality, right? And like, as a hardcore addict, all he does is lie. All he's been doing is lying for ages, you know, that means to be sober and whatnot. So I was disgusted that they gave him the floor to do that and that they aired that, because it's complete and utter BS. It doesn't matter if Mackenzie finally cheated on you, Ryan, because guess what? You cheated on her so many times already. You were exposed each time. One of the girls that you matched with on Tinder gave me your number. Remember, guys, I did a reporting on this back in 2016, and I called and I talked to your stupid ass on the phone and everything. So if she cheated on you once after you cheated on her so many times, asking every girl in the hood how pink their coochie is, good. You deserved it. You know, maybe wash your hands a little bit. And, you know, and just... Yeah. My brain is freezing because honestly, pasillos with fushos, like, move on. You know what I mean? Like, just so stupid. I don't care that she cheated on you. You deserved it. You cheated on her a million times. And the more important thing than any of that we even need to discuss is your pattern of behavior. Why are multiple women filing restraining orders against you and accusing you of violence, Ryan? Like, this was so stupid. I was disappointed in that. Like, Macy's comments earlier blaming Mackenzie for this divorce were already just stupid, ignorant, and disgusting enough. But now this, come on. So he did. They did ask something about like him flipping out and having a bad temper. He corroborates that. And it's like, well, thank you. He's close, right? And now all of a sudden he cares about Bentley, right? He cares that Bentley didn't like Mackenzie. So he's like, yeah, Bentley doesn't really care. He doesn't like her that much anyway. And it's like, okay, well, that's not a gotcha moment for Mackenzie. If anything, you just expose yourself for not giving a crap about your son and his feelings, because you knew all this time he didn't like Mackenzie. Right? And that didn't bother you. That didn't stop you from being with her all these years, right? You chose her over your own son. So don't sit there like this is a diss against her. You're dissing yourself. You're showing how little you care about that boy's feelings. So get out of here. Now, by the way, he seemed high during this convo, just like he seemed high all season. And he's twitching. He looks like he's tweaking. And then he does actually ultimately admit to relapsing since the whole divorce. And again, it's like, you did not relapse because of the divorce. We're not going to blame this on Mackenzie. You never got off the drugs, dude. You've always been on them. She just always looks for convenient, like, you know, moments to blame these things on other people. And now Mackenzie is the reason, right? What happened to Macy being your trigger? So then we get a scene of him sitting in his garage telling us that he regrets turning to, you know, the booger sugar, the needle fetal again, and all that he's put his kids through, especially Bentley. Bentley obviously being the oldest, he's seen a lot of this mess. And not only that, but they've chosen to air all this mess forever, right? And like his friends have seen it, his coaches have seen it, the cashier at the grocery store has seen all this mess, you know? So yeah, he really, truly, him and Macy have put Bentley through a lot by making all of this so public. Anyway, Brianna, all the people leave Florida from their little, you know, staycation, vacation situation. And Bree starts talking to her sister Brittany about the Devon situation. And she's like, yeah, we kissed, like, on the mouth, but it wasn't like a makeout or anything. It was just a little peck. And then I realized, like, our mentalities, our heads are just in different spaces and whatnot, so it's not going to work long term. So Brittany tells her to stop playing games then and just, like, move on. You know what I mean? And I'm like, great advice, Brittany. I don't know. Brianna just strikes me as someone that's just so thirsty for attention at the end of the day. Like, she just likes that part. What's his face? That Devon likes her. Nothing more, nothing less. She's just, I don't know. Like, she just strikes me as very, like, just weird. weird and not smart, you know, like she's just odd. And now in the final scene of the episode, we've got Ashley raging again. This time she's upset because Zach reached out to Bar asking to have a private conversation. Like, girl, anger issues at the end of the day. You're just someone who likes being angry. You're always looking to be angry, and that's just what it is. It's just weird. Like, go talk to someone about that. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just can't. But, you know, good luck. God bless. See how far that takes you in life.